welcome back to Dustin 2. Give me a second, I just... not a patient person.
Oh. There it is.
Jeez, not a patient person, aren't you?
I invited you like 20 minutes ago.
I was still outside, dude.
Get on when you're outside.
Dude, I wasn't even online. I could...
Oh, I invited you to a party? Well, yeah, because remember last time I didn't invite you to a party, you got on, and you're like, you jerk. So this time I invited you to the party. And then I got called, and then Caleb right now is thinking, you jerk. I get called a jerk no matter what I do. Caleb, can you play Last of Us Part 1 on Survivor difficulty, please?
No. Screw you. No.
Yeah, I'm playing the DLC this weekend on Survivor difficulty. There's only one really hard part. Yeah, so, the sniper part, Caleb, I looked up how to speedrun the part, and I sped-run the part. Sped-run, that sounds weird. And that sounds weird too. Anyways, I did the part really quickly, and yeah, that part was, I died a couple of times, but it wasn't that bad. I didn't kill a single person in that part, except when you're on the sniper rifle, which you have to do. And then also the tunnels. Caleb, you know how there's like 3 bloaters in there and a shit ton of clickers? I snuck past every single enemy in there and got out of there without shooting a bullet. On very hard.
Why am I not surprised that you would do that?
Well, I didn't want to... Dude, earlier in the game, I did kill a bloater. It took me 2 bombs, 1 Molotov, and like 3 or 4 rifle bullets to kill the bastard. Yeah, I want to waste that much ammo on 3 bloaters in a tunnel. Yeah, no. And not to mention there's probably like 10 freaking clickers in that tunnel. Hell no, I ain't doing that crap.
Wait, what was that one? Oh no, don't tell me that was a...
And then that hospital part, Caleb died on like 20 times on normal. With all those guys. It's like a part with like a bunch of guys. I didn't even die that many times on very hard, dude.
Oh,
I camped out. I camped out in a bathroom, and they like knew where I was at, and they would come around the corner, and I would shotgun them. I killed like 5 or 6 guys in that room. I'm like, the AI is so stupid. Again, there's only one way to come from, so it was kind of me being smart too at the same time.
I have my normal load. Yes, I do. Okay, I just want to make sure I still have my normal load out.
This is when the game hates you, is when you try to shoot a bullet at someone's head and you leap to the right, and you're like, oh, son of a bitch! Missed that like by a hair, you dick!
Turn the difficulty up, turn into Agent Smith.
Like, oh god, they're flanking me! Yo,
it's bullet time,
there was one time where they knew where I was at, and I was just shooting at them, and they started flanking me from the left and from the right. And I'm like, oh god, I'm moving back now. Like, you dicks. Also, that one part where you play Ellie, you have to like walk around in the snow, and it's really... with that part, but I got through that part without killing anybody. You just have to know where to go. That part actually wasn't that bad.
So I'm guessing it's not as bad as Revenge, just like the graphics and the gameplay mechanics have been changed.
It's 60 frames, the story is exactly the same, the graphics are obviously way better. It has more accessibility options. Like, there's a lot of accessibility options from Part 2, and apparently there's a couple of extra ones that are exclusive to Part 1. It also has a speed run, and it allows permadeath. It also comes with the DLC. I did get points. I'm guessing it's the same way as Naughty Dog games, where you just earn trophies, you do challenges, you get points. I got points within the game, and I did not have enough points to unlock everything. I unlocked quite a few costumes, but not everything, and they have weapon skins.
Well, I
And
knew
they have
they would
behind
have weapon skins. I knew
they have
that.
behind them they have like behind making of Last of Us, and I need points to unlock them. I'm probably gonna launch those. That's not the point. And it's basically the same game, but better graphics. Gameplay's a little bit better. I heard it tweaked like some small things, but it's nothing major that you're gonna notice.
Like, I wasn't expecting much to say that.
Yeah, I think it depends how much you like the game, and it depends how much you think you're gonna get out of it.
I mean, knowing you, you would get your money's worth for sure. Cause
Well, I also had Dustin that I'm gonna platinum it, so I gotta play it at least twice to platinum it, and then eventually again I'm gonna play it again on the hardest difficulty. And even when I beat the hardest difficulty, I can see me still going back and play it on normal just to enjoy it. So yeah, I think I'll get my money's worth. Not to mention I'm gonna buy it anyway, and I had the money to waste. Which I might. Well, I was telling Dustin I'm gonna go back and platinum Part 2 also, because Part 2 and Part 1 have very similar platinums. They're both not really hard to get. Now, the remastered version of Last of Us is a bitch to get the platinum.
because they require you to do the online.
Not even that, but there's complete easy, easy plus, normal, normal plus, hard, hard plus, survivor, survivor plus, grounded, grounded plus.
Well, I think if you get grounded.
You still have to do grounded.
plus-
Yeah, you still have to do 2 playthroughs of grounded.
Yeah, but it'll wipe out the other difficulties, but
Yeah,
that's
I know.
gonna suck.
Yeah, still two playthroughs of grounded.
And you can't even do the online anymore.
Not to mention upgrade all weapons. That's a trophy you need in the remastered, Caleb. And then the remake, the trophy is upgrade 1 weapon all the way.
And I did 2 playthroughs, and I still didn't upgrade all the weapons, because I missed a lot of weapon parts in my first playthrough, and I didn't have enough for the second.
I was unsure if they added more upgrades in the remake, because I forget, but I feel like there's a shit ton of upgrades in the remake. I didn't remember if that was that many in the remastered.
Yeah, I mentioned, like, if you're fine with just a remaster, you could play the remaster, but if you really want to buy Part 1 remake.
I was watching that YouTuber, and she said that they have they really have the balls to call the game a remake. I guess technically some of they had to remake it, so I guess it's technically a remake, but
It's not. It's barely a remake. It's just like, here it's
by the game's the same game a third time.
yeah. Just don't do it to the PS6
Yeah.
when you do it.
It's
please.
really the price why I can't say go out and buy it now, because I think it's the price. If it was like 40 or 50, I think I would definitely say go out and buy it now, but like the price is what stops me from saying that. Hell, the show just released I said remake, darn, it's not an upgrade. They need to release the upgrade for Last of Us Part 2 for free though. Oh god,
Knowing Sony, they probably will.
They're gonna release for Last of Us Part 2 remaster and charge me $70 for it. Aren't they? But I give them any ideas.
Yeah, don't give them ideas there, Anthony, because we know Sony too well that they won't do it for free anymore.
Yeah, Dustin, this would be my reaction if they release Last of Us Part 2, and instead of a remake, it's going to be a remaster for $70. I'm going to be like, you fuckers, I'm buying it.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly you. That's exactly you.
I'm like, you fuckers, I'm buying it, you dicks. I'm not happy
That's
about
how
it, though.
you get your money.
It seems like best case scenario, they'll do the upgrade and you have to pay the $10.
Oh man, I'll gladly pay $10 for that. I'm not paying $70. I'm gonna be like, you dicks! I hate you. I'm buying it though.
But I could see them doing an upgrade and then also doing another PS5 physical edition like they did with
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding.
Like,
They also did that for Uncharted too. Uncharted as well. That's what I meant by that. For in Lost Legacy.
Oh.
but they did have upgrades for it though.
For 4 in Lost Legacy, yes, they did, and they're free if you own the disc version. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Never mind. Isn't it like $10 for both of them? Yeah, it's $10 for both of them. I was thinking of a different game.
Yeah, you think of your Resident Evil.
Yeah, probably. I mean, most games have free upgrade.
Well, we're not gonna talk about 5 and 6.
Except when they're related to Sony or Rockstar, then their upgrades aren't free. Or Activision. Dude, I'm like planning in my head like what each episode of The Last of Us is gonna be in the TV show. Part 1 is gonna be the prologue with Joel and Sarah, and then spoiler alert if you haven't played Last of Us, if you haven't played it, freaking play it. It's like a 2013 game. And then Sarah dies in the prologue, and then Joel's like, oh no, and you skip 20 years later. Do you think they're gonna follow the game completely? Also, this is my question: is season 1 only gonna be the first game? Because then the show would only be 2 seasons long. Unless they do their own material after season 2. And then that means you'd be killing Joel off in season 2 also. The first game needs to be longer than 1 season.
Here's where I would say they could differ. If a season 2 was going to continue all after, like, the first game. Like, you actually see what, like, the aftermath of 1 was. Like, we get to see they go back to Jackson for one example.
I personally want season 1 to be stretched into more than 1 season. Like, maybe like 3 or 4 seasons, and then they can do that. They could do like time between part 1 and part 2 of the games. And like season like I'm planning ahead, boy. Season like 8 is part 2. Starting part 2. Let's go to season 15, guys. I mean, we're getting a Last of Us Part 3 at some point, so they'll do that game too.
But it'll only be like at the end of the life cycle of PS5. Or
probably
PS6.
That'll be PS5.
I wouldn't imagine if that was the case.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they released the first game at the end of PS3, and then part 2 at the end of PS4. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be PS5. Oh, you're streaming, cool. I watched some of your Ninja Turtle stream yesterday. I think I was doing that. I forgot what I was doing when I was watching you. Oh, I was cleaning my apartment while I was watching you. I watched you fight that first boss of the clay phase, kind of.
Oh, you're talking of Turtles in Time when I was doing that.
It was yesterday.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I was gonna say which one. I'm like, I did
the
like 2 of them.
The one earlier in the day.
Okay, I was gonna say I did like 2 of them really early, like.
Yeah, I only did one. I started The Last of Us Part 1 on Friday. I played like an hour after I got off work, so I got off work early on Friday. And then I basically did it until yesterday. That's all I did almost all weekend. I would have watched like 5 episodes of The Walking Dead, but that's about it. I didn't watch anything else. Like, I got done with the hospital part yesterday at like 10:07. And I have to go to bed at 10 o'clock, because I have to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning every day this week. So yesterday I went to bed at 10 o'clock, and I got done at like 10:07. I was like, fuck it. Extra 7 minutes, oh well.
Ow! What the hell? That was just not nice. To throw a rocket at me right when I walk right at the door.
So I didn't realize this, but in the first game, There's really no part in the first game where there's humans and there's a clicker and you can like throw a brick and the clickers go towards the humans. There's not really a part like that until the DLC. There's plenty of parts like that in part 2. There's probably like 2 or 3 that I can think of in part 2. I really like that. I can think of one specifically as Ellie and the other one specifically as Abby. Wait, no. The second one thinking of is Ellie also. There's probably one for Abby though. So when are you streaming Last of Us this week, Caleb?
That'll be like Saturday.
Oh yeah, I was just complaining about that. Hell yeah, I'm watching a Saturday. I was telling Dustin that whenever you stream Last of Us on the week, I typically can't watch the whole thing because I have
I'm
to go to
not
sleep.
doing anything next week though. I'll be mostly doing Horizon, mostly Sunday and Saturday next week. So I won't be doing that next week.
Dustin said you were struggling on the climbing part yesterday, and he kept falling downhill all the way around. I mean, Dustin freaking hated that part.
That.
And it's like, once you fall down, it's faster to just restart the checkpoint.
I'm like, fuck that.
I forgot, was that a main mission?
Yes.
Was that... Oh, I didn't remember if it was a main mission or a side mission.
That's when you run into the Zeniths.
Oh.
For the first time. And that sucked.
Have you fought one of those turtle guys?
Turtle guys, no. I haven't even done anything with the turtles yet. I just ended, like, when...
I'm talking about Horizon.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
Oh. Because I want to watch your rage.
I know what you're talking about. The big turtle machines, yes. I know what you're talking about.
Those guys make me rage. Wait till you find one of those...
It's very easy to run into a side quest with one of them, and I died from one of them several times.
There's also one at a cauldron, which is the one that's underwater, which is the higher level one. Also, there's in the main story I can't wait to see his reaction when he has to fight that giant serpent guy. I forgot what they're called.
Sliver thing.
No, the giant serpent guy that comes from out of water in the main story.
You mean the Tide Ripper?
Yeah, I'm gonna see his reaction against that thing.
It looks more like a Loch Ness monster to me.
Whatever. My jaw dropped. I was like, fuck me.
I had pretty good success with them, except when I had to fight one in the arena.
I don't think I ever did that. How about Slither back in the arena?
First, then you.
That was the last one I do. Oh, yeah, that was the. Yeah, Slithering was the last thing I did in the arena. I actually got it surprisingly fast.
Like, I just, like, I was trying to say, I just...
I forgot what I was gonna say. That's what I'm saying,
Because they're mostly cauldrons, if I'm not mistaken, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the one I was talking about with the Tide Ripper, he's in one of those, actually. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
This is not who we are. I know who I am, and I know who you are as well.
I remember in the first game, I was like, I really don't want to run towards a sunbird, or those... Is that what it's called? The giant bird thing? Yeah, sunbird. I'm like, I don't want to run into a sunbird. I'm like, those things are the worst thing in the game. And in the second game, I'm like, I'll run into a sunbird. Yeah, I'm fine with that. There's other things I don't want to run into.
Yeah.
I'll run into those any time of the week. It's like, no, I don't want to.
I think the
No, wait,
roadcaster.
it's a Stormbird, I
Oh yeah,
think.
Stormbird. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
The Sunwing is the new flying
Oh yeah.
enemy.
Oh yeah. I guess it's got two enemies mixed up. Um, yeah. I don't even remember what I was gonna say again. Oh yeah, the ropecaster in the second game, I feel like it's not nearly as good as it is in the first game.
nah, I didn't.
I used the crap out of that ropecaster in the first game. I mean, I tie everything up.
I don't even see the. Well, I probably just don't really use it very often, though, too. Was the rope
You might not
caster.
have found one yet.
Because, like, I got the trip, like, the wire caster, or the trip caster I got, at least. But
Yeah, I
that's.
thought I thought I was really good at Horizon Forbidden West until I fought a Apex Slitherfang, and I was like, yeah, I suck at this game.
It's a take a straight.
It's a normal, and I'm like, I freaking hate my life. I literally had to hide behind a rock. I cheated it to kill it, and it took me forever to kill it. Still, it's so arrow spongy. It's a bullet spongy. It's arrow spongy. It takes like no damage, and it like destroys you when it hits you. So if you ever want to level up some of your purples or legendaries, good luck.
Yeah, no.
First upgrade on the legendaries. Apex Slitherfang. Gotta kill that. You're like, yeah, good luck, boy. Record it, I'll watch.
Cosmodrome.
So Jacob said he doesn't know if he's hanging out still Friday or not. He's gonna tell us Thursday.
Oh, lovely.
If he doesn't hang out Friday, we are not having pizza Friday. I'm sick of pizza. I'm fucking going to somewhere to eat fast.
Holy
Well,
Mary.
that works for me.
Well, you're better hope that Andrea also comes as well, though, too, because we still
Yeah,
have...
me and Jacob are already talking about that too. Jacob said he's gonna send out a group text Thursday, so he might ask Andrew Thursday too. Or we could try to ask him tomorrow. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But Dustin was also saying if Jacob doesn't hang out, what's the point of hanging out with Andrew? But we don't have a lot of options at his place unless his living room's really cleaned up this time, because he didn't have space for us to do anything in his living room last time. The only other option would be him coming to my place, which I don't really have a ton of stuff for people can do, so. His 4-player co-op's barely a thing now on anything.
And do you even have enough controllers to do it? That would be the good question.
I have 2 PS5 controllers and PS4 controllers, but one of my PS5 controllers has a drift problem. The white one, that's why I don't use it. And did you? Speaking of co-op, apparently Halo Infinite isn't gonna have co-op, and they said they was going to. Those funny
Yeah,
buttheads.
I heard that. I was like,
And
you're
343
idiots.
should lose the license to Halo. You jerks, you're screwing it up. I watched videos about that. I just want to watch people complain about Xbox stuff, to be honest.
There's a reason why I just don't really go to Xbox, because they just, like, their exclusives don't mean anything at this rate.
At this point, I don't even know why people try MMOs. Just because we're gonna make money, and then everybody screws them up. Everybody. I saw just one YouTuber saying that Fallout 76 is not an MMO. Or like, it's not an MMO, it's like Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is a freaking MMO. Get out of here, boy. That makes no sense. It's not an MMO, it's like an MMO. But no, it's an MMO, shut up. I need to leave the Fallout 76 group on Facebook. I'm in a Fallout 76 / Fallout 4 group. I think the reason I haven't left because it's half Fallout 4. People on there are like, I've played 76 forever. And I'm like, hey, me either. And other people are like, I'm level 2000 in the game. And I'm like, the fuck have you been doing for like 2 years, for like a year that we haven't had any content? The same quest over and over again? Fun.
Yeah, you already got your news finally, for Cyberpunk finally.
And the update happened today and it had transmog in it.
Like, you finally get your first expansion finally.
Dude, I don't get that till next year.
Yeah, I know.
Trailer. And did you see that they're not supporting next-gen consoles anymore? Or last-gen consoles, I mean?
Oh, they're not? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, this is going to be like the last major update for that, and then they're going to have a couple small updates, and then the big stuff they're adding in, the current-gen stuff, will not be on last-gen. Like, they're adding, you can shoot into the driver's seat, or in the car, which they do not have right now. You can only do it in one car in the game, which is scripted in the beginning. And they also are reworking the play system, which will not be on PS4, the last-gen consoles. I forgot there's a couple of other things, though.
That just sounds stupid, honestly. Like,
well, the last-gen is holding them back from doing better stuff.
At this rate, you're just like, here, you're just gonna repackage the game for.
They should have just scrapped the PS4 version at the beginning of this. Yeah, but I would have had to wait until I got a PS5 to play it. It would have had less issues. I think that was like the biggest reason they had so many issues was the last gen and the fact they rushed it the fuck out. And that.
Yeah, that's the thing. They rushed it. They didn't even know how bad the issues were.
Well, some of the devs said they knew how bad the issues were, but the higher ups were still like, we're rushing the bitch out. Which, and in that case, devs don't have much say in that.
All right.
And then the devs are the one to get the death threats. That makes a little sense, guys. Fans are stupid. It's okay. Also, I swear, the character, I forgot his name, who takes Ellie hostage and then you have to fight him in part 1, his voice sounds like a South Park character. Every time he talks, I'm like, dude, he's like a South Park character.
They are in Colorado at that point.
That might be why. It's so funny because every time he talks, I'm like, dude, go back to South Park. You're creepy, dude. Go back to South Park. Just kidding. That's South Park characters aren't creepy. It's just saying. It sounds like a South Park character. It's funny. I'm expecting him to say, he took our jobs! He took our jobs! Ellie, he took our jobs!
They took our jobs!
Ellie, those infected took our jobs!
No, just wait till, like, someone would just randomly, I'll just say randomly, just put, like, a GIF together, just like, Ellie, they took our jobs! Just animated that in the same style.
I forgot that character's name, and I'm annoyed now. I can't remember his name. Apparently he's been casted in the TV show, too.
Oh, really?
That's what I've heard. Bill's been casted in the TV show. And Tommy. Oh, Gabriel Luna is playing Tommy. That's interesting. I think the only thing I've seen him in was the latest Terminator movie. What's his name? I'll know it when I see it.
What, David?
Yeah, it's David. That's who it is. Yeah, he's been casted in a TV show. Henry and Sam have been casted too. Robert's been casted.
Yeah, dude, he will have a lot of screen time, honestly.
Well, unless they don't follow the game, really. Large guy number 2's been casted. Ooh. Don't know what it is.
Large guy number 2. It's just like, we have an important role for you. You get to play fat guy number 2.
Best role.
The best
That's
role
some
ever.
impressive casting right there.
But check who's playing Marlene. I've never seen her in anything else. Also, she looks white. What? Why they always be swapping people like that? She's not white in the game. Remember who Frank is. Oh, Riley's been casted in the show. Do you guys remember who Riley is? That's Ellie's friend when she gets back.
Oh yeah, the DLC.
So either they're gonna tell that story or they're gonna have like a
Flashback.
They're probably gonna show her get back. Yeah.
Yeah, flashback probably.
They'll do like. And then, I'd say part of that DLC when they're in the mall, I probably bet that's actually gonna be in the series. Like, you know how you go to that?
Probably.
Not the fur. Oh God, I'm trying to think.
Would you have it? Would you have that? Would you have that whole DLC? Would you have it in one episode, or would you do it in like flashbacks and like a couple of episodes? I would do.
I would do flashbacks.
Between couple of episodes because I think that would come in a boring episode unless they made it really fun.
I would say
make it really fun.
Okay, here's my opinion about this, and this is probably what they're gonna probably do. They're probably gonna do the Riley flashback parts as flashbacks, and then do like the whole Ellie in the mall as part of as an episode. Since you don't really know what happened to them afterwards until you know about that DLC.
I also personally think they're not going to completely follow the game. I think they're going to have their own things because I think the show would be too predictable if they followed the game.
Yeah.
Completely. And like the first game, only like a couple of characters really die in the first game, like important characters. You have I just can't remember names at all. You have Tess, and then you have crap, the kid and the older brother.
Henry.
Oh yeah, Henry and I remember their names
Sam.
like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, Henry and Sam. They die, and the main villain dies, and that's about it.
Marlene.
I'm glad I just played the game, dude. I'm blanking out names.
Nice job. It's a slow clap for the person that beat the game and doesn't remember shit.
Beat the game yesterday.
That tells how much of a fan he is, folks.
That just shows how tired I am. I'm surprised I remember my own name. It's like... Alright, Caleb, who's Ellie's girlfriend's name in part 2?
Yeah. Dina.
Yep. Who's Joel's brother? What's Joel's brother's name?
Tommy.
Alright, you're pretty good.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna test you on I'm switching subjects. I'm gonna test you on Walking Dead now.
It's like...
I'm gonna cheat. Just kidding, I'm not doing that. Wait, is this Tommy? Is that the guy that's playing Tommy? Yes. What? Tommy? I just saw a photo of the TV show of Tommy. He looks,
different.
really different. He has long hair and a beard. guess he kind of has long. I guess he's kind of has done a TV show, but or game, but he looks nothing like his TV show, like his video game counterpart.
That's gonna take some time getting used to.
I like the picture that shows them walking in the snow. It's probably real snow too, not like a fake snowmaker or whatever.
There's like an image from the first game I still remember pretty well. It was like Joel teaching Ellie how to shoot. That's still. I don't know if it was like. I don't know if that was like a promotional one or if that was actually.
That part was a bitch in the remake on the hard difficulty I played on. There was a sniper that was on top of a building, and I was watching this guy play it on the hardest difficulty, and he ran all the way to the left, and then these guys caught him because there was a bunch of guys in this area, and the sniper instant killed him from when he was all the way on the left. So then he's like, all right, I'm gonna go all the way on the right. So he goes all the way on the right, then he gets instant killed by the sniper again. And it happened probably like 10 times-ish. And then he kills the sniper. So I was like, oh, I know where the sniper's at. So on my playthrough, I went straight for the sniper. I was like, screw this guy, I ain't dealing with this crap. So he was the first guy I killed. I think I had to do it like 2 or 3 times before I probably got a checkpoint there.
Oh wait, I'm gonna hate. For what you said about like Last of Us Part 2 sniper, there's
that's Tommy too. You play as Abby and it's Tommy sniping.
Well, thanks for that little spoiler since I haven't even.
Well, that's not that big of a spoiler. Yeah. You wouldn't know until you got up to him anyway, and you barely see him, so you may still have not even known at all. Because he escapes.
I mean, with the knowledge of the game, who else could it be?
Not to mention, in the first game, you see Tommy's pretty good with a sniper rifle. I think, pretty sure.
I mean, I had no question it was him when I played.
Not to mention, Caleb, haven't you got past the point when Tommy leaves to go look for Abby?
I've already went past that part.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense. It would be him.
Never said. Yeah, try.
And Caleb, you took 2 years to play a game anyway.
I can't even call that a spoiler. That's just something in the game that you do.
Yeah, honestly, when I played that part, I didn't even notice that was Tommy. So it could have been completely possible that you even noticed that was Tommy. I'm not gonna tell you what happens to him, but he's there for like 5 seconds. You see his face for like, I think you see him for like 5 seconds.
If you're really quick, you can almost catch him.
Apparently, I heard you can kill him. I don't think it's a cutscene. I think you just shoot him and he dies or something like that. But you have to be like super quick. Like I definitely couldn't do it. On that difficulty I played on hard.
Then the game's gonna pretend that never happened.
The game's like, yeah, he's still alive. You little jerk. You're banned from playing this game now.
Do not disrupt the natural order of things.
It's gonna start time paradox. And then after that
you
happens,
have to call Barry to fix your time paradox. You killed Tommy.
After that, they're gonna make a game. After Abby does that, they're gonna make a game called "Everybody Hates Abby." So everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Abby. And then everybody loves Ellie. Everybody loves Raymond. If you want to show that reference.
If someone has just apparently lived under the rock, I'm just like, I'd be impressed. You would.
Why?
Know.
Why you've watched Everybody Hates Chris?
A little, but not a whole lot.
Actually, a couple years ago, the actor, I forgot his name, he was on The Walking Dead. He played Noah. He died in season 5. I think it was when they were on like season 7 or 8, so he had already been dead for a couple of years in the TV show. But he was doing a Q&A, and I was watching, and I asked him a question, and he read my name. Well, he didn't read my name. The lady that was asking the questions read my name. She was like, Anthony Miller. And then she asked my question, and he answered it. I was like, oh my god. This is the only famous person that's ever answered a question for me. The fact I still remember that.
That's how rare it is.
I think I asked him if you still watch The Walking Dead. No, I asked him if you... I think you asked him if you watched Fear the Walking Dead. And if he still watched The Walking Dead or something like that. And I think he said he still watched The Walking Dead at that point, and he said he hadn't watched Fear the Walking Dead yet. I think Fear the Walking Dead was only in like season 3 at that point.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's crazy how busy some of those people can be. Like, you'll ask a famous actor if they've seen like a movie, and they're like, I haven't seen movies in years, or something like that.
Or
yeah, like Christian Bale's never seen an MCU movie.
Oh, I asked when Stephen Amell went live a lot when Arrow was on, and I asked him questions, and I think it was so many people asking him questions that he never got to mine. I'm like, damn it. Damn it. I've also seen Danielle Panabaker be live before, too. I don't think I asked her a question, but I asked a chick from Legends of Tomorrow a question. I forgot what the actress's name was.
Was it like...
She played Hawk Girl or whatever in season 1. She was live before.
She was only a thing for just like one season. That was it.
Yeah, which sucked because I actually liked her character, but yeah. I think the most interesting interview I ever saw was with Mr. Maddie, with the girl that does Piper's voice, and also played, was in Legends of Tomorrow and played Damien Dark's daughter. She also does Piper's voice off of Fallout 4, and she was in Dexter. She did an interview with Mr. Maddie because she does Piper's voice, and all the crap she talked about was very interesting. She's like, whenever like you're like doing a or doing like a Q&A and people are being perverted, and she's like, yeah, I'm really gonna talk to you when you're commenting about my butt. Like, I'm really gonna answer that. And that's when you realize actors and actresses are people too. What? I didn't know that. I'll be right back.
Oh no, I destroyed that guy's ladder. I'm so sorry, whoever the hell you were. He built that ladder to cross this river, and I just drove straight into it. By the way, I'm just messing around in Death Stranding. I actually beat the game yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
I was trying to think of what to do next week. I'm like, shoot, I don't have anything for Wednesday. I'm like, what could I possibly do for Wednesday?
Well, it's actually good that you actually have some open spots. You could play a game twice a week, or
that's why I intentionally I intentionally meant to do like Horizon just to do on the weekend, like just like do one on Sunday and then just one very long one on Saturday, which I haven't even posted yet. But I'm gonna wait till like Friday.
Yes. So I saw Tom Felton, who played Malfoy in Harry Potter. He posted something of like a photo that he was like in a play, and his dad from Harry Potter came and visited him Because apparently the actors from Harry Potter are still pretty close. But Tom Felton seems like a cool dude, even though he played a dick in Harry Potter. Also, he was in The Flash, too, which he was a dick for a little bit in that, too. He's pretty good in that, too. So Tom Felton seems like a pretty cool dude. Which is funny when you think of Malfoy. I'm like, cool dude, kind of a dick.
Well, actually, a lot of times, especially lately, people that play villains are usually the nicest people.
Like,
Do we really call Malfoy... Okay, let me ask this. Do we really call Malfoy a villain?
I didn't call him a villain, I called him a dick. He breaks Harry's nose and then wears an invisibility cloak on him and leaves him on trade in the 6th movie. I called that being a dick. Wouldn't call that being a villain. I know who the villain is. The villain is... It's the guy who doesn't have a nose. And no, it's not Dobby. Just kidding, Dobby has a nose.
Theory. Voldemort told Malfoy to do that because he's jealous that Harry has a nice nose.
Wow. That's why it started.
It's like, break Potter's nose, then you'll be satisfied.
Oh my god. This girl at work that I've been talking to a lot, the one that likes the boys, she said she just watched, well, she's seen Harry Potter before, but she said she just watched all of them recently for the first time, and through all the Fantastic Beasts movie. I don't know if she saw the new one, the third one, because I said I hadn't seen that one yet. But I told her what house I got when I took that test, and my Patronus and everything. And I was like, I'm in the same house as Cedric Diggory. And I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with Cedric Diggory. And then I was like, and then I'm gonna ask him if he's secretly Batman.
Well, he wouldn't be alive by then, though.
Well, yeah, I don't care. That was just a joke. I'm gonna hang out and I'm asking if he's secretly Batman because I was like, Robert Pattinson's Batman movie, and she was like, yeah, I love that movie. She's like, I've seen that movie like 3 times.
Oh, I was dying when Dustin showed off his Patronus. I was dying. Like,
whenever I got Swallow and Dustin or Alex commented on it, I was like, of course I got Swallow. Fuck. I got both. I didn't even want that freaking. I wanted like Ravenclaw or I guess the one the house I wanted the least actually.
I think Anthony did too. Or Dustin.
I really wanted Slytherin, but I would have taken Ravenclaw also.
Well, here's the thing,
I would have gotten a different
still...
Patronus if the frickin' words didn't reset. It was like, you're taking too long. You need to choose your first instinct, and then
I got that a couple of times.
The first word was like knife, and that must have been how I got a frickin' hedgehog. Yeah, it's not even a fucking Sonic Hedgehog. It's the weird.
I know. I was dying because I was going to make fun of it so bad.
I'm so disappointed no one got my Monty Python reference.
Whenever Caleb was like, I'd like to see what house you guys are watching. And I was like, Caleb, I'm watching The Walking Dead right now. I had to pause The Walking Dead and go take that test. I'm like, Caleb, gosh darn it. Part in the... I always mention that, this part. In episode 3 of The Walking Dead, where Daryl's getting tortured, first of all, saying, that's not the part I love. When they're on Easy Street, and it feels so neat, when it does that song constantly. This part's freaking hilarious, though, when Negan, like, he's like, Lucille. I'm like, that part's hilarious. Yeah, I'm like, yep, Negan makes the season. All his dick fucking jokes. And like in episode 4, Gabriel like tries to talk to Negan, and Negan's like, holy shit, you just freaked the fuck out of me with that freaky ass smile. Or when he's like, am I the only one to notice that you have a fat chick in charge of rations?
Yeah, I went a little too far with the fat jokes that season.
You would say that, though. And then and then I remembered why Daryl's not a big fan of Negan in the later seasons, and God, Negan put him through hell. Season 7.
Well, I will tell you this when you guys were doing a house test was and a Patronus test. Some people have gotten dragon. I'm like, what? How is it?
What's Harry's Patronus?
I think it's a stag. I think.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
a deer, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you learned that in Prisoner of Azkaban.
No, well, you see it in Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I said I think you learn what his Patronus is in Prisoner of Azkaban, because that'd be
Yeah,
the first one he does the
he has
Patronus
to cast it.
because that's when the Dementors come in.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a stag. I'm pretty sure.
The last episode I watched of The Walking Dead season 7 was a terror episode, which it's not as bad as people say it is. Because that episode had no place in the plot, but yet, wait, what's that word when people say it like it had nothing to do with the plot?
Filler.
People say, Caleb, that episode 7 in season 7, no, it's actually episode 6, in season 7 of The Walking Dead is filler, because I think it's because it's Tara. I still think it's an interesting character. It's not the most interesting episode. But she escapes, and then she tells them that she's not going to tell Rick and them about their community, and then she has to in episode like 15. So because Rick and them have no guns, and they want to take on Negan and the Saviors, so they have to go back to Oceanside and rob them. It comes back into play, and if that's not enough, Oceanside fucking comes into the war in season 8. That's not filler. People just call shit they don't like filler. Look up the fucking definition of filler.
Yeah, I always hate when people just automatically call episodes filler.
Because they don't like it. That's like
usually they call filler episodes when they do character development and don't focus on the plot.
That's like when people rate an episode they don't like 1 out of 10. It's like, you don't know what 1 out of 10 is. Shut up. It's kind of like that.
And I was like, God, you haven't seen the Halo TV show, have you?
But thank God I didn't.
This is also a common complaint about The Walking Dead that I've said before, is they say that every season they move on to a different home. They were in the farm in season 2 for a whole season. That was because of budget reasons. Plus, based on the comic. And then they were in the prison. But they were in the prison for like a season and a half. And then they went to Alexandria in season 5. They spent almost a whole season not in any home. Well, they were in a church for a couple of episodes. They don't really count that. And then they're in Alexandria in season 5. And they're still fucking Alexandria in season 11. So, do you guys just not paying attention to the show or something? Because I don't count Maggie going to the hilltop to be the leader, them moving to the hilltop. That's one character moving to the hilltop. Yeah, stupid fuckers. But yeah, I hate when people make dumb complaints. I'm like, are you even paying attention? I think people do that for everything, though.
I can, well, Dustin would know, or I would say this because I know people complain about this. It's like, oh, there's one thing of filler in Naruto for no freaking reason. It's like, here,
you guys watch Naruto?
No, I don't. But there's people online that say that there's a whole arc that's just completely filler.
Now I do believe some things, and like TV shows like The Flash are filler because they have like
yeah.
But like, there's some other things that people say are filler that are definitely not filler. They just don't like it.
I mean, I think a lot of the Monster of the Week episodes, that definitely works for the show. You don't have to call that filler.
Well, yeah,
but then there are those episodes that are fucking filler.
I'm talking about an episode where like you don't focus on Barry because he's gone, and you have to focus on some of the background characters that no one gives a shit about. That's filler. It has nothing to do with the plot. It's just a one-off episode, really.
Or
Yep.
the one series that, or one franchise that would start it all, Arrow, and it doesn't even focus on Ollie.
Alejandro?
Oh, shut up. Okay, Lady Gaga, go sing about it. Him.
I know a kid named Alejandro, so I was just saying that. And it's short for Ollie. Or it's long for Ollie, I guess I should say.
This crew is caught in your light and Aramis's wrath. They will not relent.
Jeez. Well, I can ask this if it, since Dustin, since you've watched it, was Bullet Train a recommendation or like meh?
I really enjoyed it. It's a very fun movie.
Because I know you.
Movie? Or was it just put in the theaters again? I'm guessing it's a new movie.
This is probably its third week.
Did you know Trick or Treat is getting put in theaters this October? The one I want to show you guys. What the freak is going on? It's October.
Probably not ours.
Probably not ours, yep. Don't think that's kind of on, though. On Killer Flakes, people posted all the horror movies that are supposed to be coming out soon. And they're like, what's your top favorite one? Well, not horror movies, just horror stuff in general. I was like, oh god, it's kind of hard to pick which one. And there's a couple in here I haven't even heard of. Got that on my phone. So that you go Starburst. Get over here. That's not it.
And of course he moves.
What?
Are you really playing Mortal Kombat? Probably not.
No. I thought about it, but then... do I want to get problems with YouTube? Because there's a lot of problems playing Mortal Kombat on YouTube recently.
Oh, yeah, so the movies are... Which movie, Dustin, do you think you're more excited for? Or which thing on here do you think you're more excited for? Probably none of them, but... there's a movie called Smile, a horror movie, which I've never heard of.
Oh, I've seen the trailers of that. You remember that creepy Smile that was in the horror movie Truth or Dare?
I don't know if I've seen that.
You gotta watch like a review, either Cody Leach or Chris Stuckman. There's like this demented game of Truth or Dare, and everyone who participates has this really weird, creepy, giant smile.
Oh. I think I've seen a Truth or Dare movie, a movie called that, but it wasn't the one that you're talking about. And then the next thing, it's Chucky Season 2, which is like all the modern movies. And then after that's Hellraiser, the new Hellraiser. Why do I keep zooming out of this? Which is going to be a female head, which is kind of weird. And then after that's Halloween Ends. Here's another one I've never heard of, Megan. No idea what that's about. And then Scream 6. Then The Nun 2. That's probably my least favorite on this list. Because my least most hype because like the first one sucked. Then The Exorcist. Don't know if I actually have faith in that. Then Saw 10. The new Jack Frost movie. Then Welcome to Derry, which is another TV show with Pennywise. Then Winnie the Pooh, and then Final Destination 6. So I had to pick out of all those which one's my most hyped. There's three of them I couldn't decide between, which is Chucky 2, Scream 6, and Evil Dead Rise.
I would have been surprised if one of your picks, like, next year would have been like, here, we're gonna watch Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know, it depends how good it is.
Yeah, it's a horror Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was getting at.
It looks weird.
Yeah, no, it depends how good it is. Though it could be one of those movies that's so bad I like it. I don't know.
It looks very low budget.
Oh, it does.
I'm kind of skeptical about Halloween Ends, but I'll still watch it. And then what else is on this list? And then like The Exorcist, I'm kind of skeptical about the remake. The Nun 2. Let's not talk about that. Insidious 5 could be good, but I can't tell because the second one wasn't very good. The first one's good, but it's outdated. The third one's probably my favorite one. I think it's good. The fourth one's kind of just there. It's okay. And Saw 10. When are they gonna stop with those movies? That's what I gotta say about Saw. And Final Destination.
Probably never.
Final Destination 6. The last one was alright. They relied too much on CGI in the last one. I'd probably say, yeah, I don't know. It's really hard. I think it's more between Chucky 2 or Scream 6. But they even did some stuff in Chucky season 1 that I didn't like that much.
Well, I'd have to watch Scream 5 before judging on that, but right now I would say Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, but see, you know that's good because you've heard people say that's good. That's like the safer bet.
Yeah, it is a pretty safe bet. Very good test screenings. And I just still really like the franchise. How we have not had a bad movie yet is pretty surprising.
It's kind of wild that they're going more into the franchise now without Ash, and it's still doing good. But I think the remake proved that the franchise doesn't need Ash to do good.
Oh no.
So I think he's the best part of the franchise.
I mean, I still have the 3 seasons of the TV show.
The funny thing is that I think Ash is the best part of the franchise, but my favorite Evil Dead movie is the remake.
Amazing. And that's really important that they nailed that remake.
Yeah, no,
otherwise we probably wouldn't be getting Rise.
Well, no, I'm surprised they didn't do a sequel to the remake because it did really good. But I think my favorite Ash moments, most of my favorite Ash moments are in the TV show. That's why I prefer the remake over the other movies. That's groovy.
Or king me, baby.
Or I can't pay for this. So I forgot exactly what else he says, but that's it.
It goes something like...
Oh wait, I messed up the quote. Hail to the king, baby.
There you go.
I knew you were gonna say something like, "Oh no, I messed that up."
So this one hurt. You can go.
He's like, this is your lucky day. I have, like, a set of skills or something. I don't remember.
Or this is my boomstick.
I was just about to quote that one.
Yeah, so last week, like I said, I posted on Killer Flicks and said, what's a horror movie that most people like, but you don't? And I said, I'm a really big fan of the original... I'm not a really big fan of the original TCM, but I like the 2003 remake. Do you know what TCM is, Caleb? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, so I posted a picture of the original TCM. And then so people commented on here saying what movies they weren't a big fan of, and some of these really hurt. Like this one. This person says my list could be longer, but they don't like the original Black Christmas. That hurts. All Freddy movies except the first. You don't like 3? That fucking hurts. And then this person says And then these next two comments are bad too. They say they don't like Bride of Chucky, ouch, and they don't like the original Dawn of the Dead, ouch. Stab me 15 times, bud.
I wonder how old that person is. Sometimes it's like a culture thing.
This person said they don't like Hereditary or The Conjuring, and It Follows. Or they said Hereditary, The Conjuring, and It Follows were meh. There's a couple people here that said they didn't like the original Dawn of the Dead. This person doesn't like the original Halloween. This person doesn't like the Scream franchise. This person doesn't like Sam Raimi's Evil Dead trilogy, It Follows, or The Shining. That's a big ouch. All three of those.
I guess for me, it's Carrie.
Yeah, for me, I wasn't a big fan of the first one. I like the remake more, but I didn't even love the remake. This person hates Halloween 3.
There's always someone like that.
And they also hate Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which I don't know if I've seen that movie all the way through. Are just really different from the first one. They hate New Nightmare, and they hate Day of the Dead.
I think Vinegar Syndrome is going to release Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which a lot of people were really excited about because it's been out of print for a very long time.
Yeah, I know. I looked it up on Amazon. It's kind of hard to get. I honestly want to get all the movies, even though I don't think there's a couple of them I'm definitely not gonna like. But this person hates Day of the Dead also, and they said they like don't hate, but what? I guess they don't hate Night and Dawn. I personally don't like Night that much, but yeah, it's another one I think is overrated. This person doesn't like The Exorcist. That's okay. This other person doesn't like The Exorcist, Jaws, Dawn of the Dead. Jaws hurts. No big fan of Sleepaway Camp. Same. Paranormal Activity, I agree. Trick or Treat. That hurts. Yeah, there's a lot of people commented on this.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be reminded how different some people's opinions can be.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody said the original TCM is terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I just don't think it's as good as people say it is.
Yeah, I think calling something like that terrible seems, I don't know the right word, arrogant?
The Final Destination movies.
It clearly did something right.
The Descent. It also was a lower budget movie, too. It was in like 1975, so I mean, I think it's just not similar to movies we have nowadays, or even like movies I've seen in the 80s, or even some movies I've seen in the 70s. It just feels really different, and it makes you feel nasty too. Like in a Slaughterhouse, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The remake's way more of a slasher movie, which is probably why I like it. Also, Leatherface is he gets bullied by his family in the original. He doesn't seem very threatening. In the remake, he's very threatening. Oh, this person says they love Halloween 1978. It's my favorite horror movie of all time, but really don't like Halloween Kills. And then someone commented and says Kills was fucking terrible. Yep. Halloween Kills is very diversive. Oh my god, Dustin, this person says the Saw movies, Wrong Turn movies, all the garbage remakes happening over the past 10 years, and most of the Conjuring movies. This person said 2 was decent. All the remakes happening over the past 10 years, that's a lot of movies he's grouping together. That'd be hard to actually think. But the Evil Dead, the remake, was in the past 10 years.
Yeah,
so I guess
it
he
was.
doesn't like that one. That was in 2013. That's barely 10 years. That's like 9 years. Friday the 13th remake was in 2008, so that's not in it. I think the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was... Nope, that's 2010. That's not in the past 10 years. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was definitely not in the past 10 years. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was in the last 10 years, really. Besides, yeah, Evil Dead.
Wow, that's more common in the 2010s.
Or the 2000 era.
Yeah.
This person said it's a tie between Evil Dead and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre of what movies that people like. Ouch, the Evil Dead hurts. I can kind of see why people don't like the Evil Dead though too.
Oh, come on, vehicle physics.
Oh, did you guys hear that Assassin's Creed 1 is supposedly getting a remake? I would play that if it gets a remake.
Well,
Also,
here's
the
the
new
one
Assassin's
thing I
Creed
was
game
hearing.
is going back to the basics, and I bet that's what you're about to say.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. They already talked about Assassin's Creed Mirage already, which was the next entry. And they
Yeah,
said
now they
it might be
announced it.
part of the season pass. That the original Assassin's Creed may be released on modern consoles finally.
Yeah, that's the only one they haven't released on PS4/PS5. And I heard the new game apparently is going back to like basics. It's not going to be like a open world game. It's going to be like an older Assassin's Creed game.
And not like... They said they won't have the... how can I say this? Correct. Protagonist. They'll only just have the male protagonist.
See, I think they're stupid because with their Assassin's Creed games, I think if they listed more, they would have made the series better. But the last like 3 entries in the open world ones, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, all like have very similar problems because they don't freaking listen to fan feedback. They're freaking like stupid.
How can I?
Well, that's kind of Ubisoft in a nutshell.
Yeah.
They only
That's
want
the
to
same
do
with
things
Far
their
Cry.
way.
That's the same with Far Cry. Like, there's so many things that just mess up my Far Cry experience. I'm like, why is this even... Like, in Far Cry 6, there's parts where, like, a side missions where you have to deliver something, you have to do it fast in time, and if you don't make it in time, there's no way to restart the checkpoint, and you just freaking... Let's say you have to go 2,000 meters. You get 1,000 meters, and you fail it, and you can't restart it. You have to go. You just have to walk all the way back again. Are you kidding me? Why is that even a problem? That's like the easiest thing you could think. But I don't understand. Parts like that, like, are you stupid? Or the whole wanted. I hate the whole wanted system in Odyssey. Now you can talk.
Here's one thing that was kind of stupid, and like they got rid of most of the stealth mechanics. Like it didn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game; it just felt like an open world RPG.
Yeah, because they were changing it up or complaining about Seneca. Yeah, so what I hate about Odyssey, I actually like Odyssey, but what I hate about Odyssey the most, I'd say I like Odyssey, I don't love it, but was the whole wanted system, because the wanted system was stupid, because it's like, people attack you, and you attack them, and then the bounty hunters come after you. And sometimes you can get like 3 bounty hunters coming after, but unless you pay gold, or whatever currency it's called, to keep them from coming after you, I'm getting punished for killing enemies I'm supposed to be killing. What? Why is that even a thing?
Or the whole, and I'm not a big fan of it either about this, was like the whole microtransactions deal.
Well, yeah, everybody's doing that nowadays. Mostly everybody. So that's something people can complain about, but for me, I don't feel like I complain about that when almost everybody's freaking doing it.
Or
yeah, they did that.
them
They did that
supporting-
same crap in. They did that same crap in Far Cry 6, and it was bad in New Dawn. Like, getting supplies in New Dawn was so slow, and you could just buy the supplies. So I never beat New Dawn. I own New Dawn. All digital though.
And the other thing that people always complain about was like them supporting NFTs, which didn't work out for them either.
Yeah, they're greedy as heck. I forgot. Did I play Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon when it was on sale last week? I don't think I did. I think it was on sale pretty cheap, but it was only like, I think it was $10 and it's normally like $15. So I was like, it's only $5 or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you this: I had to buy. Well, I told you guys that I had to buy Resident Evil 3 remake
Again, yeah. I did do that before. I did do that with Fallout 4, and I think I did that with Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection.
That the disc wasn't reading for you?
Well, the game just wasn't working. So, like, the reason I have a Fallout 4 disc now is because Dustin gave me his copy. But before that, my Fallout 4 disc copy wasn't working, so I had to buy it digitally really cheap. And I had to do the same thing with Nathan Drake collection.
Like,
I still need to rebuy the Nathan Drake collection on disc because I still want it on disc. All right, now you can talk.
Like, this is like my second time that I actually had to. How can I say this? That the disc was completely unreadable. Like, the first one was like Dead or Alive 6, which I already pre-owned, and somehow just now it's just a thing in my case, just sitting there gathering dust. Since now it doesn't want to work, and I had to buy the full thing, full price, and that really made me mad. When I had to do that.
I can't believe Tales from the Borderlands comes out like next month.
Yeah.
Did you hear that they're showing gameplay about it at last week? Like, why are you showing gameplay for a Tales game? The gameplay's
There's not much gameplay.
I know. It's not an actual Borderlands game. The release date's October 21st, so that's still well over a month. I'm definitely gonna get it on PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the deluxe edition. I am not getting the deluxe edition. It's got a stupid normal edition. So, the more expensive edition for The Last of Us Part 1 remake, I don't know how many more editions there were, but I know the one above the one I got, you get, like, crafting early and a couple of other things. I'm like, really? That was the bonus for that? You get faster crafting early?
Well, I know there was, like, Steelbook editions that were really hard to find.
I personally don't care about Steelbooks. I got the Steelbook for Borderlands 3, and I kind of regret getting the Steelbook. Dustin, want to trade me?
No.
When the fuck do you ever play Borderlands 3?
Oh, you mean you just want my case?
Shit, I'll be good with that.
I'll think about it.
I honestly don't care if you say no. I've had it for so long that I just kind of learned to deal with it. I like my Wonderlands case more. Like, fucking hate Steelbooks. Dead Island 2, February 1st. Or 3rd.
Yeah, I used to like them. Now I don't even see the point. It just seems like a useless thing to try and go after now.
I think the reason I hate my Steelbook for Borderlands 3 is because the disc is harder to get out than it normally is.
They want you to desire them, then whenever they come up with some more expensive edition, they want you to feel forced to buy it.
Is Hogwarts Legacy a PlayStation exclusive game?
No, it's not.
No.
Then why is it $70? on
Fuck you,
PS5.
that's why. The funny thing is, I think it's also $70 on Xbox.
Oh.
Same
I don't
thing
think
as Callisto Protocol.
What was
The
it?
next
I
edition
don't-
of Hogwarts Legacy Deluxe Edition is 80. What does this come with? Caleb, we can talk now.
No. I would be surprised if that was actually the same price on Switch, though, too. I would be shocked. But
I can't believe a
doubt...
game like that could run on Switch.
You get, if you pre-order, you get the Onyx Hippogriff Mount and Felix Potion recipe for Hogwarts Legacy. Includes it includes exclusive quest. That's kind of cool, actually. Hogwarts Legacy Deluxe Edition includes a mount, Dark Arts Battle Arena, Dark Arts Cosmetic Set, and 72 hours early access. Oh god, I have to get this edition now. You get 3-day early access? How does that work if you buy it on disc?
If it was digital, that's a different story.
But I'm looking at a
How
disc
that works on
version.
disc.
Yeah, that's confusing. It probably isn't for discs, but it's for digital. But the other stuff's pretty cool though too. Hell, I might get the $70 version for Hogwarts Legacy.
I mean, 80.
Oh yeah, 80. I mean, it's only $10 more, so.
You've fallen into the trap.
Try to do that all the time. There's Caleb's Cowabunga, Teenage Mutant Girls Cowabunga collection. Ooh, that God of War case looks beautiful. November 9th.
It's already bad enough that when I was doing that last night, I struggled with the last part of that game. I really did. Just for an NES title, it was kicking my ass. Shredder was not fun.
When does the new Call of Duty game come out? Not that I'm gonna buy it. Just kind of want to know when it comes out. October 28th.
Normally they're in like November. The last time I...
Yeah. This is also gonna be the last one for like 2 years. They're taking a break. Well, I think the next one's in development hell. So they're delaying it, so it won't be coming out next year.
Thank God.
So if this one sucks, Call of Duty is kind of screwed until the next one comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Which I heard the current one sucks. Ew.
Like, I'm not surprised, like, they just need to change up the formula so bad.
Yeah. Activision's like, but it's because our developers are having problems with
no.
problems making the game. And I'm like, bro, your last 3 games have had problems. That's kind of a telling of that you guys are screwing up somewhere. The last 3 games had developmental hell, so, try something new, I guess? Like, I don't know. Did I say where the Jedi Fallen Order 2 is coming out? Is that next year?
Which one?
Yeah, it got delayed to next year.
Jedi Fallen Order 2.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I played the original at the right time. You don't have to wait that long for the sequel to come out. That's what happened with Horizon, also. Now, I'm not gonna buy Gotham Knights. I almost said Gotham Nips. Gotham Knights Day 1, but I'm going to look at gameplay and see if I like it. If I do, I'll buy it. But I don't know how packed October's gonna be, so October's gonna packed with movies, so yeah, it might be kind of hard to buy it. Freaking hate I have to buy fucking Halloween, freaking Resurrection. That's why I know I hate my life. Giving Halloween Resurrection to Dustin. when we do our Christmas list this year for Christmas, I'm gonna search out Halloween Resurrection on my car by itself and give it to Dustin for his Christmas present. I ain't gonna do that. That'd be rude. You'd be like, you jerk. I'm like, Dustin, I paid $50 for this thing.
Trying to make me seem like the bad guy. Here's your present, you asshole. You better like it. I spent money on it.
Hey, that was the opposite I did with that Skyrim. You helped me with my homework, so I get you a game that's gonna last you 600 hours, bro. There you go.
I should have asked for something else.
You didn't ask for anything. I just went out and bought it for you. That was my reasoning. I was like, you'll probably like this game, and you're just never gonna beat it. That's why I bought it for you.
Well, you were right about one of those things.
You know, I've only beat the story, but I should have bought you Outer Worlds. That'd be more perfect, honestly.
Probably.
It's a pretty linear game. It's only like 30 hours long-ish if you don't have the DLCs. Which I haven't beat DLC 2 yet for Outer Worlds. I've only beat DLC 1.
I'll say this. I'm not really satisfied with this month's PS Plus. They're all garbage.
Who wants to buy Saints Row? The new one. Caleb, you're up.
No. No. Just no.
PlayStation Plus is always garbage, by the way.
Last month's wasn't. Screw you.
So is Dino Crisis on there now?
No. They have Siphon Filter right now.
I want Dino Crisis. I want Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs.
Capcom will never satisfy your cravings.
Capcom really only satisfies my Resident Evil cravings. I played Devil May Cry 5 for a little bit until I got my butt kicked, and I was like, what am I playing this game for? Then I realized that I suck at... Why I don't play Devil May Cry games. I suck at them bad.
5 I was decent at. Any other I'm like...
I don't know, you're kind of decent at 3 too. I want you to play that.
Yeah, if I redux the whole series, or redux that whole first episode, I probably should just delete that first episode and just redo that one, because I'm like, no, this is... I keep forgetting about, like, yellow and gold mode when you do the difficulty settings on it. So, it makes me mad that, like, and I hate saying this, is like, the Switch has a superior version of Devil May Cry 3.
Oh. Yeah, so we're talking about difficulties. You just remind me that Dustin said this earlier. But I didn't know this. Dustin said that I played Survivor difficulty in The Last of Us Remake, and apparently Grounded has it so you can't listen to people and see where they're at or anything.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh, God.
I think it takes away some of your HUD also.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen someone actually play it on permadeath. I think it was actually PlayStation Access. I thought they did that to themselves, though, but I guess not. But, oh, God, that's all I gotta say about that.
Oh, God.
I don't think, it might not be, like, it's gonna be bad in part 1, but it's gonna be fucking awful in part 2 when there's bad guys freaking everywhere. And you move an inch and get caught. I'm not even looking forward to doing part 2 on Survivor difficulty. It's gonna take me a year. Part 2 took me for freaking ever doing hard. Such a long freaking game.
Why do I have virtual boss fight theme in my head right now? Why? Get out.
It's funny because Caleb was like, let's play the 2 longest games I'm playing least. Horizon and The Last of Us. You're literally gonna be still playing those games after like 2 months. Those games are freaking long. Horizon's obviously longer, but
Well, you want me to play a whole freaking week? Hell no.
no, I'm saying like you should put 2 parts in a week.
Which I'm doing next week. I was literally speaking that to Dustin. Like, I'm doing like Horizon like Sunday on that week and Saturday next week. Next week.
I guess that technically is 2 parts in 1 week. Yeah, because that game will take you forever to beat if you don't do that. Unless you bum rush to the story, then... If you bum rush to the story for Horizon Forbidden West, it's actually shorter than The Last of Us Part 2. That's how long The Last of Us Part 2 is.
It's like funny right now, like my skills, like I have mostly like of the warrior skills unlocked, but then like I'm like part of the healer, so I can have better potions. I'm trying to remember what I did.
Yeah, I was saying Last of Us Part 2 is like 25 if you're playing on normal, and Part 1 I think is like 10 or 15 if you're playing on normal. Also, harder difficulties take it longer. Actually, I'm curious. How long did last Part 1 take me for, just gotta look at PlayStation time, which is probably wrong, but... Last of Us Part 1 took me 26 hours. I think that's pretty close, actually, to what the... I think the game's in 25 hours yesterday, so I imagine that's pretty close.
Wow, that's longer than I was expecting.
And I have 85 hours in Part 2, which obviously wasn't one playthrough. I've only done 2 playthroughs, though. But I've done perma runs also, permadeath runs. I'm sure it counts those. Remastered edition I have 47 hours on. This time yesterday I was in the hospital in Last of Us Part 1. And I was like, fuck this part. Yeah, literally, like, there's like, it's the part, it's hard to explain what part I'm talking about. This is the part in the hospital in the game where you fight more people than you ever do in the whole game, I feel like. Or maybe it isn't when you fight more people, it's just the area is so small, and it feels like it's the most people you fight. But anyways, you fight, there's like, I swear there's like 15 people in this. I kill one dude, they see me, and then I freaking run to this one room, and there's a bathroom, and there's only one way to go to the bathroom, so I hide in there, and some of them follow me in there, and if they get really close, I just blast them with a shotgun. And there's a couple times that they hit me, and I lose like half my health. And sometimes a shotgun won't even kill them all the way, they'll just go down on the ground, I have to go up to them and hit them to kill them. Yeah, I did that probably like 6 or 7 guys. And they're like, we lost him! Like, you guys are freaking stupid. How'd you lose me? Just come over here and look at the 6 dead bodies in this room.
Nothing to see here.
That room was haunted, I swear.
They all died of natural causes. In a pile
You
in
didn't
the
see the
corner
big
over
bull
there.
holes in the chest? It's like, I'm pretty sure that's a telltale sign that someone's in the damn building.
just camping out in the bathroom.
It's like, why did someone go in the goddamn bathroom? Why don't you? It's like, we thought the area was clear.
Oh, so we had another staff member today quit.
What?
And it's another, like, so last week we had this one woman quit, and she did it very unprofessionally because we were already low staff, and she didn't even give her 2-week notice or anything, saying that she's going to quit. So my boss put a whole message on, we have a Facebook group for my work, on the Facebook group about how that was all unprofessional, and people had to suffer, because we had 2 people out sick, 2 people were fraternity leave, so people, some people had to work a lot more hours last week than other people did because people had to step up, and I was one of those people that had to work so much last week. That's why I got sent home early on Friday. And had to go, and gotta go in late on Thursday. And so she puts that on there. My boss puts that on last week, and then another woman quits on Friday unprofessionally. She literally texts my boss at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell her that she's quitting.
Ooh. Nope.
And she turned her 2 weeks in, but she quit a week early. She said she's gonna work those 2 weeks, and then she quit a week early. That's unprofessional. I'm like, you just saw the post a week ago. Would you do that? So now we lost another staff member. My boss just hired a staff member a couple weeks ago. And then this one woman that my boss hired, she had her baby as soon as she got hired, so she went off paternity leave. So she hasn't even worked at the daycare yet. I think she's starting next week. Her name's Kylie. She's really nice, though.
Oh, so you think you're gonna come in here and dig, do you?
What will stop them, I wonder?
It's weird. Like, I don't. No, you weren't part of that Rocket League stream, weren't you? Like, none of you were.
I watched, like, 10 seconds of it and then went back to playing Last of Us. That sounded like me over the weekend with everything.
Well,
I think I paused my game, pulled up Caleb's stream. I think I probably watched more than 10 seconds. I watched probably like 5 minutes, and then I was like, back to Last of Us we go! It's probably because I died like 10 times. I was taking a break.
It was weird, like, during that whole time I was doing Rocket League, like, there was and I'm not gonna be mean about it. It was just weird because it's like, there was a girl on that has never played Rocket League. I'm like, huh? I'm surprised.
Oh. People are
Never played. I have played Rocket League in years.
I barely played Rocket League. It's just not really my type of game. But yeah, Sean Schindler said this October's 31 on 31. Actually, I think it's 32 with him. It's 3 movie franchises: Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Nightmare. And Sean Schindler said he's never watched through all the Friday the 13th movies, so he bought the documentary Crystal Lake or whatever it's called. I just need to buy that. It's a Blu-ray. It's on my wish list. And he bought the Nightmare on Elm Street one too. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I think it's 32 on 31.
No idea why that might be.
I know what Cody Lake's Dead Last is gonna be. Dead Last. It's gonna be Freddy's Dead.
So long.
I probably know what his like last 3 are gonna be. I'm not sure what order the second to last one or the third to last one might be flip flopped, but one of them is gonna be the last one's definitely gonna be Freddy Dead, and then either the second to last one or the third to last one is gonna be Jason Takes Manhattan, and then the other one's gonna be what's the crap one from Halloween? Probably Resurrection or 5. I actually don't remember which one he hates more. Dustin, do you know which Halloween movie Cody Lee hates more, 5 or Resurrection?
5.
Okay, 5 is probably gonna be his third to last.
What did you say for second? You got cut out.
It's gonna be Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh yeah, Jason Takes a Boat.
Most likely, unless he says like I forgot what he says about Jason Goes to Hell. People really hate that one. I like it actually. It's really different. That's why people hate it. It's because it's different. I like it because it's different.
Did you watch Cody Leach's last Sleepaway Camp review?
No, I haven't watched any of them.
Oh, you haven't watched any of them? Well, the remake.
There's a remake.
Oh, I guess there was a 2008 remake,
Oh.
and it was really, really bad.
Yeah, I can see.
And
There's like no Blu-ray.
He said there's a character in that movie that's one of the most insufferable characters ever written. And then near the end of the video, he goes and he stands in front of a picture of Tina from Halloween 5, and he's like apologizing because he's realized there are worse characters that could be written.
Oh, so by the way, it's not a remake, it's a sequel. It's called Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, I thought that's what he said. And then he goes to Glenda and he does something similar. He like does real drawn out, like, yeah, I know you're a kid and it didn't matter to me at the time and blah, blah, blah. And then he goes to the Freddy from Freddy's Dead and he tries to do the same thing, and then at the end he's like, I said some bad things, and he's like, and I meant every word of it, bitch.
Yes. Oh, that's too good.
It was only the Freddy one where he's like, yep, I still hate you.
I'm gonna watch that review eventually, and I'm still gonna laugh at that part, even though I know what he's gonna say. That's freaking hilarious. I like to watch movie reviews of movies I watched, and I've never seen the sequels, so the only one I see myself, Sleepaway Camp. Okay, no, that's not true. I've seen the first one and the second one. Those only 2 reviews I see myself watching, unless I'm just interested in what he says about the sequels.
I watched all the Sleepaway Camp reviews, just, I kind of like getting the idea of what these movies are about without having to actually watch them.
Like I said, the first one
looked like a trip.
Yeah, I watched 2. I watched that during the winter time last year, strangely. It's when I was out sick before Christmas. I watched it. It was free on Amazon. I think it was about to go off Amazon, so I watched it real fast. But, yeah, like the first one, I understand why people like it. And then the second one was even quality anymore. It was trash. It was so bad. I was like, I don't even know why people like this movie at all.
Fun trash.
It was not fun trash.
It wasn't?
I didn't enjoy it at all.
You didn't like all the kills? You didn't like the 16 fucking kills in the movie?
Oh, okay. I guess it's forgettable because I don't even remember. I remember a couple of scenes, and it's the same character from the first one, and they retconned the whole "it's a guy" thing. She's a guy thing. They retcon that whole thing, and it's the same character in the sequel killing people. It's just a girl.
It's okay. Well, there's a girl who's like killing people for being bad campers. So like anytime they do something
Naughty.
questionable, they get killed. Yeah, naughty.
But some people might say that's what Jason does. Until he goes to Manhattan and starts killing people. Jason, you bad boy. Now you're a naughty camper. Alright, I'm getting off. See you guys.
Alright, later.
Later. Don't see anything already.
Oh, I was kind of hoping later, maybe if you ever get a World Zero mission, I think we could probably talk about, do like Maybe we could try to do like a review of our own or talk about it. See, like, what do we like about the movie? What do we didn't like about the movie? But no, you probably didn't even get it yet, did you?
No.
'Cause I do have opinions on it. I ain't gonna see them yet. Because I kind of want to wait. About it, and I always will just say this. I feel mixed.
Okay. Well, if you want my opinion quickly, you might as well just let me borrow it.
That is true, because heck, I don't even know if I'll be working Saturday or not yet, because since tomorrow's Wednesday, and I actually had to leave early, like, even it was overtime, and they allowed me to leave early, because we didn't have any welders up that stayed around, and we already swamped the whole lines for work.
Yeah, what are you gonna do if Jake cancels and we do another movie night? You gotta have something ready.
Oh no, I hope we don't have, because that would be like 2 movie nights straight in a row. That
It'd be good to get some of them out of the way, though. I mean, before like last week, either that or it was the week before, or the time before. Anyway, there was like a gap of like 4 to 6 weeks in between movie nights.
And partially those 2 weeks were on me.
Well, there wasn't much you could do about it.
Okay. I mean, there are parts that I could have done something about, but at the exact same time, they're both health-related issues, so I could. I just kind of be hopeful that Andrew will show up for just one time this month. But at the exact same time, who knows if he ever he's always just a wild card. Whether he's gonna do anything or not. And that's the bad case about that with him. Like, heck, how long has it been since we've been at his new place? Since, like, April, or, like, April or May?
Yeah, it was April. And the thing is, you just kind of sprung that on him. Like, we don't even know if they're up for hanging out over there. Like, that would make it easier as far as having to plan shit, because he works at home.
Now he does. Before that, not really.
Like, it's just kind of ridiculous, like, how many times, without fail, something comes up. And it seems like it's always out of his control. It's like it's like the 5th time in a row. It's like, oh, I'm being stuck at work for too long, or somehow he got COVID, or his uncle's sick. Like, it's just the timing of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how many times in a row can we go until we can actually hang out?
And it doesn't make me. It just makes me feel disappointed that that sort of thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say I'd be mad at that, but like if you have a reason to, then fine. But if you just straight up cancel, just and not say anything like, well, now you kind of made me a little bit. Like there has been times I wasn't able to make it, and I had almost everything ready for like almost for 5 players, and it's like, nope, that plan's out a window for sure. Do we have? I'm trying to think if there was not much going on, like. And, can the internet chill with Konami rumors, please?
Yeah.
Because there's been 2 separate things I've heard in the last week. Like, oh, now we're going to hear possibly like a Silent Hill 2 remake being done by a different studio, or they're going to re-release Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3 on modern consoles. Like,
Now that one, although that would be exciting, if Konami is doing that in-house, I would be very, very worried. I know it's been a very long time since the Silent Hill HD collection, but oh my god, are they terrible at remasters.
yeah.
We lost the source code in Metal Gear Solid 3! Fuck!
Oh, that would be absolutely terrible if that was ever the case. Because I don't want them to. Like, they had to take them down earlier, and now they have the Konami shop available for Steam players or PC players to actually have all the games again. But if they actually do lose the source code for Metal Gear 3, I would be worried. Because that's like the biggest game that in their house, like in the franchise, other than 5. That would be bad.
God, how big is the game?
How could you? What? Metal Gear 3?
Mm-hmm.
Probably like one of the probably most sold PS2 games of all time. Probably. Like maybe like one of the top 10. Probably.
I thought you were talking about hours to beat.
Oh no! I thought you were talking like my misunderstanding. Oh, good
Yeah, I know
lord.
how popular 3 is.
Oh god, I don't know. Probably like good 20, 30 hours maybe?
Oh, that's pretty long for a stealth game.
I can't
Like, I know
remember.
Death Stranding is a different beast, but it took me 40 hours.
I can't remember right off the top of my head. It's like in the 20 range at least. I want to say.
Yeah, I would have guessed like 12. So that's pretty long.
I mean, you have quite a bit of boss fights to go through that thing, and there's like a lot of explorable areas in that game too. So.
Oh, I think I'm done with Death Stranding.
And now it's on to the next game of your repertoire. Shotgun, sidearms. Okay, that would be easy. If I just do... Do I have a hand cannon or a shotgun? A sidearm, that will work. Do I have another sidearm? Shotgun, that'll actually work. Cosmo drone. And there was even, I think I even told you this Friday, though, too, was that there was supposed to be at TGS for Konami as well as like, here, we're gonna unveil a brand new game at TGS this year. I'm like, oh no. What new game do you have? It's like, please not be another Bomberman game, please. It's like, no. Because they confirmed saying, like, it won't be a Metal Gear game, it won't be a Silent Hill game, or a Castlevania game. Which sucks. They won't. So,
Well, I don't really want them to make one anyway. I'd rather they make someone else do it.
preferably
They
Sony.
can make good games anymore.
Or like Sony probably would pick up like just take the Silent Hill franchise, please.
They won't do it.
Because they're already doing Callisto Protocol, and that's, well, that's not even Sony property. Being that it's multi-platformed. Yes, dog. Come on. It's... Konami is just so hardball to play hard ball with any IPs that they have. Unless they're just being super generous and just put their most recommended or games like the Cowabunga collection or freaking put I'm trying to think the Castlevania collection that they want. Which, here's the weird thing, and I heard about this. Nickelodeon was announcing that they're going to do a AAA TMNT game next year. What? What? Who's going to do it? I'd be very curious who's doing a TMNT game next year. It better not be. Who was it? Platinum that did that one Turtles game no one wants to mention?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a TMNT game before Shredder's Revenge. It did not sell very well. I don't know if it was Platinum or not. I think it was.
No.
You know which one I'm talking about. I'm trying to think who it was. I don't know if it was Platinum or if it was somebody else. It just did not sell very well.
No, I would know if it was Platinum Games.
I can't remember off the top of my head. But it just... I think it was the same studio that did Transformers Devastation too. I want to say. And it didn't sell well either. And it was weird, like, Nickelodeon was doing all, like, they even said, and I was surprised that they mentioned this, they said they were up to putting a collection of the PS2 era Turtles games. I'm like, what? You're down to have a collection? I'm a little surprised that you would be interested in doing a collection.
This is now a Turtles channel.
Hey now. I had nostalgia back in the early 2000s of playing those games.
You hear that, loyal subscribers? This is now a Turtles channel.
No,
you will only
it's
be
not.
talking about Turtles content
No,
now.
it ain't always Turtles, but I have a big nostalgia for it, though.
I mean, I keep watching some of your Turtles gameplay, and I'm like, I really can't get into this. It really must be a nostalgia thing, because it just looks fine.
Well, like Turtles in Time, that's mostly nostalgia, and then
Oh yeah, it is old.
and then like even the Game Boy games are. I even said during stream, I actually own Fall of the Foot Clan. Actually.
Oh.
Oh.
It just doesn't do anything for me.
I mean, I understand if it's not like you. I know you weren't raised around it, so like I had a different era. Like you mostly have nostalgia with SpongeBob, so
I was just gonna mention that I've seen some people react to SpongeBob who haven't been raised around it, and they don't get it either. So
I mean, I have
that's definitely part of it.
like I'll say this: I have nostalgia for the older seasons before all this bullcrap. I think it was like seasons 1 through 3, I want to say.
Oh, you've probably seen some of 4.
But not very good, though.
No, 4 was still good. then they had the movie. Then it started going downhill.
Okay,
Because,
maybe some of 4, but like before SpongeBob the movie, no. After that, that just went downhill fast for me. Like I haven't. After that, I didn't have no nostalgia for it. I mean, even right now, you could say like the Battle for Bikini Bottom. They just basically use the newer season like model take for it. And even
no,
this, well,
no, because that game came out in 2004, same year as the movie.
oh no.
So they had to use material from the original 4 seasons.
I'll be fine if it was the 4 seasons, but not anything from like past the movie. Just no.
Yeah,
I'll
I was
just
into SpongeBob for a while, even when the episodes got bad, but there were always some where I was like, I really don't like these episodes. And I didn't realize why until I got older. And I was like, wow, these are really bad. I mean, there's still some diamonds in the rough, even in the worst seasons. And most of the episodes aren't terrible, but then there are some specific ones that got really bad. Like, how do you put that in a kid's show?
I mean, they have to be creative with it.
By giving Squidward a noose?
Okay, kids would fly over their heads when they think about that.
Yeah, probably.
Or, here, we'll put you in a literal coffin, Squidward.
Okay, that one's funny. That one's funny. That one makes a great meme. Whenever something is dead on arrival, everyone's like, okay, get in.
I mean, there's some meme-worthy, like, even some of the older seasons, there are some, like, when SpongeBob is thinks he's a jellyfish. It's like, I have you know. That, when Patrick's on the reef, about ready to capture SpongeBob.
That episode is full of memes. There's like 5 of them in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that's a later episode. I think that's an earlier one.
I said
I
it
don't
was
know
like
for
one
sure.
of the early seasons.
I thought you said later.
No. Early. The one that him acts like a chicken, like, I didn't get the point of that. Like, why? I mean, I still think about some of the things right now. It's like, why is there a Patrick Stars show? It's like, it's not even. Why does Patrick deserve his own show? It's like, why? And then there's a. I want to say this right. There's like a kid camp, like day camp series that's on
Camp
Paramount
Coral.
Plus. And it retcons how Sandy's and SpongeBob relationship starts out with from the original season, like because they didn't met during summer camp.
That's true, but SpongeBob has never been very good on continuity.
Like, sure, Sandy is smart, but not like scientifically smart. Like some of the later seasons she is. And she ditches the whole karate aspect too, if you think about it too. You hardly see, when you look at the later seasons, they don't do karate anymore. Compared like in the original, like, like season, like the first ever season. There's just some stuff that just mind boggles me with that series at times. When I think about it, like they even now have like a. Did you see that they're actually doing a sequel to Battle of the Bikini Bottom though too?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why? Just
I don't know what to think of it yet.
I'm
It
like,
could be a good idea.
I didn't understand. Like, why? Like, I could understand if it sold well, but just why? Because I understand Rehydrated sold pretty well because it actually helped speedrunners actually play the game, though, too. I think. Didn't it?
When it first launched, speedrunners broke the game because there was this exploit where you could go to the level select, and you could go to the final area of the game, which you're
Oh.
not supposed to go to.
Oh, wow.
And you could finish the game in like 2
5.
minutes.
Oh, no.
Where like I think before that you would be hard pressed to finish it in an hour, and that's breaking the game.
A Glimmer extraction crew is about to touch down near
It's like a
your current
10-hour
position.
game.
I mean, understandably, like, it's not a very long game, but... I mean, there are games that... Heck, I could have beaten it within a week. Like, say, like, Alan Wake, for instance. If I just continued doing that, that's not even more than a 10-hour game if you tried. Because basically, all those episodes are almost like 2 hours long, almost. If I just sat down and just did them all in 1 week, that game would have been finished pretty quickly. If you think about it. Heck, I don't know how. And that's actually one of the games I'm still thinking about doing in October. I'll just do the PS5 version and not the PS4 version like I did on Twitch last year. Stay away from me. Still. I don't think there was a lot of news last week that much that I'm thinking of. Like, I just heard about the new Liberty when I was talking to Anthony about it. Was like the new Liberty expansion for Cyberpunk. Like, I just saw that earlier this afternoon.
It looks like It's looking very promising for the content they're doing with Cyberpunk.
Here's my
I think they're
feeling.
actually going to pull it around.
Here's my thought. I think everybody's thought is about like the same on this. Is like they really should have waited till like this year, probably, to actually release the game. If you come to think about it, it took them this long to develop the DLC, and then it took them like almost a full year to get their updates and bug fixes to work out. Like, wouldn't you kind of agree about that? Like, at least wait till, like, this year to actually release it?
Well, yeah, it was definitely rushed. And, I mean, from the updates, we can see, they maybe should have just scrapped the last-gen version altogether.
Yeah, like everybody else was saying was, or we were both saying, it was rushed. And it had to come out this year, like, what was it, like 2016? They were in development? Or 2018?
As far as actual development, I don't know, it's either 16 or 18.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, they had to start development then, and then this didn't pan out for them very well.
But the details of the DLC sound promising, so I'm curious how that's gonna go, and the things that they fixed with the update.
Maybe be something worth getting into again.
I think I do need to. I like that they did the transmog, so I don't have to look like a clown to have good stats. I just want to look good. And Anthony was mentioning that there's some details from the new Edge Runners show that are being added into the game, like outfits.
So they're actually
it's canon, and there's also a location that's in the show that you can visit, and you can see stuff that's in the show. You'll be able to see that in the game.
Wow, that actually would be nice, actually. When you look at the show and then you look at Cyberpunk, like, wow, that's actually canon.
I wonder how far Anthony's gonna get into this show if he starts it.
I know, and that's gonna be weird, because he's not an anime fan whatsoever. It's made by an anime company.
I know, but the way he's talking, it seems like he's gonna watch it. If nothing, for Cyberpunk lore and, you know, items and shit.
I know, exactly. It's like, wow, I really do like this animation. It's like, show me more. It's like, nah.
I've heard good things. I think it comes out next week. I don't know the exact date.
I think it was like the 8th, or no.
Oh, speaking of anime, second time in a row, frickin' Stone Ocean comes out and I binge it in 2 days.
Oh,
Now I gotta wait another fucking year. It's not over yet.
Are you kidding?
No.
How
It's
long
not
are-
over. It was great. I gotta admit, it's both parts are great. I might like it more than Stardust Crusaders. I'm wondering if it's gonna go 36 total or a full 48, because it seems like they're starting to wrap it up, but it might be a misdirect.
I
wouldn't be surprised if it's 36.
I can't say because I haven't started watching, nor do I need to. I need to finish part 5. I need to finish.
You don't have to.
I know,
that's up
but
to
yeah,
you.
like, but that's just me. I've already watched through like part 1 through part 4 completely, and then I'm like 3/3 almost done into part 5, but I just couldn't stand most of the deal with part 5 as much. If I was being honest, like
That stops somewhere in the middle of part 4.
because if there was one thing I do would say is that like you're not wrong, and I'll agree with you. Part 3 is probably one of the better arcs in the franchise, no, without a question. Like you probably since they introduced stands into the franchise, and then you have a whole journey to find Dio in Egypt. And then, like, you have all this character development going through the arc was really good. And a really, well, some people don't like it. I do, is like Jotaro being a good protagonist. Even though some can differ that Joseph is a better JoJo. I would probably bet you would say the same. That you would say Joseph is a better JoJo. Part 2.
Wait, you mean to Jotaro?
Yeah.
It's just I prefer him because of his personality.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it, I think. Jolene might be the best of them, though. That I've seen.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything. Like I said, I haven't watched part 6 yet.
Well, I'm just giving my opinion.
I know you are, but I still need to. Though I am not looking forward to knowing what happened in 6, I'm not gonna look forward to something in the near future.
There's a twist to it. It's not cut and dry like you think it is.
If you're thinking of the one character death I mentioned to you?
Yes. I mean, that's technically true, but he's not beyond saving. And that's a whole driving force for the plot.
Because there's the thing that I remember looking at the hearing from the manga, and I'm not looking forward to it.
You need to be more open-minded.
I know. It's like, why would you kill him off? He's too OP to be dead. It's like, how would you... So, it's gonna be weird. I think it's Steel Ball Run, I think, is the next one. It's gonna be a weird transition into the next one. If Netflix decides to pull off, like, Steel Ball Run, which is, like, part 7.
That's the name of part 7?
I
Are they on...
believe...
Is the manga on 8 now?
I want to say yes, but 8's all... They just ended 8 not too long ago.
Oh.
But it took them forever to finish 8, though.
I've heard either 7 or 8, the battles are ridiculously complex. Someone used a SpongeBob meme where it's like, you just lost 3 points. 1, 2, 5. G7, Patrick. G7. King me. I lose. But it's not Tuesday, Patrick. Tartar sauce. It's like that.
I think it was 7. It was weird. What? I think it even goes back into, like, the 1900s, I think, too. I'm like, what are... It was weird. Like, when I was hearing about it, it was just so weird. I mean, granted, most of the series is weird, but for people's opinions, but part 8 or 7 and 8 are weird. In general. I mean, I don't know, I'll even say what part 8 is. Jolien, or I want to say that's the correct name of the arc, has Josuke back for the arc. But it's a different version of him, too. I'll have to say it off stream to you. There's one big difference I've heard, and it's a gross one, too. It was like, why do you have this many? No man should have that many. And Josuke is also a sailor, too? And not a doctor? In part 8? Because what I've heard during I want to say part 5 and part 6, he becomes a doctor. From what I've read, that Josuke becomes a doctor in later seasons. Given that his stand ability reconfigures everything.
Right.
Like, literally. But I'll just have to tell you off stream what the weird one for Josuke in part 8 is. It's just weird. Because I don't want to say it on stream, otherwise Susan's gonna demonetize me for saying it. Finally, that stupid quest is done. Wait on that. What do you want, dog? What? Mom and Dad not home yet still? Oh, good lord. If they're not back home yet, I'm gonna be... $1 billion? Good lord. 1 billion views? That's a big milestone. What? Hold on. Okay. Just when I was looking at my phone, it's like, here's an article. It's like, should you be excited for My Hero Season 6? I'm like,
Not yet.
I'm. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, here's my problem. Season 5 built, just... I'm gonna be literally honest. I didn't like the 5th season very well. It wasn't with Class 1A and Class 1B. It was the My Villain arc that burnt that bridge of liking that season very well. And that's got me a little bit worried if they're going to cut bits and pieces of what they're going to have for the 6th season. Like, we both know they really cut up my villain arc very poorly. Can we not agree about that?
I barely remember, actually. I need to rewatch it.
Like, I have some... not so good terms on it, because it was... like, the My Villain arc was not that great. And you technically even had the Endeavor arc. And that wasn't very... I wasn't a fan of the Endeavor arc either. That just shows how much Season 5 I cared about. Like, the only good part of it was, like, Class 1A and Class 1B versus 1B. That's how good that season is. It's like, should I be excited about it? I should feel how worried I should be. With this next season, like, how much they're gonna cut up.
I think what I'm gonna have to do is, when I get around to watching the 6th season, that's when I'm probably gonna start getting into it again. Because I haven't even hardly thought about the series or watched it in a while. It's been a long time.
I mean, it's been a long time since we've had My Hero content.
Well, it's about as long as it usually takes.
Well, that's
I think
true,
the difference is I've seen so much less anime this year than the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, I know, same. That's about the same here. There's been so much, like, anime that I'm not sure if I would be really interested into anymore. Like, yeah, I was, like, I'm interested to watch Spy Family again, or if I had the time to do it, or heck, and I'll say the one show that actually surprised me was, and I hate admitting this, was My Dress Up Darling. Surprised me, because I did watch it, and it was good, surprisingly. I hate to admit that on stream, but I did like watching the series.
I had a couple shows in the spring, but I don't even remember them very well. Well, one was Spy Family. No, I can't remember the other one. But I'm very excited that Mob Psycho 3 is coming. I was so worried they were just going to stop at 2.
Were they planning to do a third season in the first place?
Oh, there was never any news about it. I mean, the second season got greenlit not too long after the first. I thought they were just going to end it on this weird cliffhanger. I mean, there was an OVA, but it didn't really connect to the end of the season very much at all. Pretty much a side story.
Oh, speaking of that, there is an OVA for My Hero as well. Not too long ago.
Wasn't there 2? I missed both of them.
I remember there's one for the baseball one.
Yeah, I know that. I was not in any hurry to watch that. I remember the team-up missions OVA, and they were kind of forgettable.
I think that's the one I'm thinking about too. Was that? It was
well, that wasn't this year. That was like last year.
I thought there was only one this year. I didn't know that there was a second one. Honestly,
I don't remember what it's called, but there was another one next to the baseball one.
I'll have to look that one up then, because I surely don't remember that one. Then, because I only just remember the baseball one. That was it. But then again, wait a minute. I think I remember. Was it Slime during spring that you all also watched during the spring, or no?
I don't think I watched that this year. I think I watched that last year.
Because I know there's a third season, at least. Or, no, there's a movie coming out pretty soon. If memory serves me right. There's either a third season... I'm pretty sure there's both a third season coming and there's supposed to be a movie. If memory serves me right. Gosh, I get... There could be a more stuff I want to see. I mean, heck. I think earlier, just this weekend, they just announced... This was the weird one for me, I heard about this. Was the Ancient Magnus's Bride Season 2 was greenlit. Coming next year.
Well, that's nothing I care about.
Neither do I, because I heard about it. I'm like, do I really care about watching it? Not really. But it's surprising for me that there was actually a season 2, though. Wasn't there a... I try to remember if there was another one that just got greenlit for third season. Gosh, I don't remember. Memory's starting to fail on me real quick. What?
You're tempting me. There was a JoJo stand similar to Memory.
Oh.
It's a very memorable couple episodes.
And I said, nope, don't even think about it.
Yeah, I mean, part of the fun is you get this new character with the stand, and you have to figure out what the heck the stand does.
Oh, yeah, I think
That's really some of the fun. Like sometimes they really take a while before they show you exactly what they do.
Mm-hmm. I think who was the antagonist for part 5 was kind of interesting how they had their abilities really well. It was, I wanted to say similar to what Golden Experience had. Very similar, but could be very off.
What cipher is this?
What do we have? Of course, everything I have is garbage. Uh-oh. Saladin, what do you have?
Don't try to impress me in the Crucible. Just get better.
Forging iron. Well, yeah, what details do you have next? Oh, it's a 6. I don't like you. Can you add a trace rifle? A sword? Wait a minute. Wasn't that name an exotic? Wait a minute. What are you trying to pull, Bungie? That name used to be a freaking exotic, and now it's a legendary? I'd like to call that one out here. I do believe that was an exotic at one point. Where's the bear? What's the full armor set look like? Forerunner vest. What does the whole armor set look like?
Come back stronger.
Checking.
Get rid of these blues. Because I don't need them. Before I do inventory management. I really need a... Well...
Thank you.
It's too late to make up an opinion video to talk about Lightfall too, since everybody knows about it. Oh well. I'll mute this for a second. Alright, it's always just me for right now, but I hope we get guys have hope you guys have had a great evening. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. I want to say tomorrow. Let me look at my schedule. I'm pretty sure it's Multi Blood tomorrow. I want to say it's. And Multi Blood? Yes, I do have Multi Blood for tomorrow's stream around 8:30. But that'll about do it for tonight. I hope you guys have a great evening. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. So, Z signing out. So, see ya.